What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Throw Show, and we are here with two-time Olympian Alex Rose. Alex represents Samoa. Is that good?
Yep, Samoa.
And Alex is also currently, I think, number 7 in the world.
Number 7, yeah.
And he recently just got back from a Diamond League meet, so where he got 5th or 6th?
6th. I got 6th.
Okay.
Wish I got 5th. But.
Okay, so what we're doing is we're going to break down Alex's career, and we are starting off with his senior year. And what I really like about doing stuff like this, before we actually break down your throw, is that I think it's cool to see where people were in high school. You know, this was your senior year throwing, 2009, so what, 12 years ago. Throwing 150s to 170s, and a lot of this, of your movement here is what a lot of high school throwers do. You know, it's like lead with that knee out of the back instead of having a longer right leg like you do now. And it's fun for me to see this and then to see where you're at now. And I also think it's important for a lot of high school kids to keep things in perspective of like where you can get to. And even though you might not be the most technically proficient individual in high school, it's not about where you're at in high school. It could be in Alex's case where he is, 12 years from now. So what do you, early on, what are you thinking about, or the sport of discus throwing in general? What did you think about it?
So discus was so new to me at the time that I didn't really think about much. I think if I remember correctly, my one cue around this time was the sprint to the front that so many coaches always talk about. And I think as a result, you can see how my right leg is tucked. It's almost like I am sprinting to the front of the circle. I don't have that long right leg that you see from the elite level athletes. But discus to me at the time was just all about being athletic, getting to the front of the circle, and trying to jump at it towards the sector and throw it as hard as I could. So you can kind of see that there, and that's why I wound up almost following this throw.
I actually want to point out, watch your hand out of the back. You almost look like Sam Mattis.
Yeah. Yep.
You flip a little bit as you're sweeping. You're like flipping that, and I just noticed that as you come here. Right there, you start to flip.
Oh, that is so interesting.
Dude, that's
That
weird.
is exactly how Sam still throws.
He still throws it exact same way.
Holy shit, that's
yeah,
crazy.
So that's pretty interesting. And I was convinced in my mind that Sam could never fix that, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
So this is actually, this might be the first time I met you in person.
Yep,
I'm trying to think.
it was.
2015, yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it
this
was.
day.
And I actually had a picture. I felt that this finish here is one of your better finishes, actually, where you stay on that left. But what I'm blown away by looking at this throw right now, dude, you were so slow.
Yeah.
Like compared to how you move now,
Incredibly slow. It's crazy, and I was way lighter then. Too.
Yeah, you're like 280 or something.
285 probably, which is still heavy. It's heavy
Yeah.
for a discus thrower who's 6'2", but I've always just been heavy.
So this is, to be fair to your 2015 version of yourself, I just watched you throw, 65 meters in training, and we're about to peak. So you are in pretty good shape. But I liked back then, like in this position, even though you did sort of over rotate, you hold that left side pretty well at the front, and your right transfers forward really well. So your finish was still really strong. And this was, essentially a 60-meter throw which I think is crazy is that within 4 years you added 5 meters, 5+ meters to your indoor throw.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy to think about. I remember being so pumped to throw this far indoors because I think my best before that was 54 something, like a year prior, I think, indoors. So this was a 5-meter jump there, and then I've jumped 5 meters from that point to now. It's crazy.
All right, that is crazy. This is your Olympic qualifying throw. This throw's cool because I don't think there was that much wind.
I think there was a little bit of wind.
Okay. A lot of big name guys were there. And this is the throw that you qualified for Rio on. And I even can recall getting that phone call on my back porch and you being like, "We're going to Rio, baby." So let's see this. I love this throw. This is sweet. Yeah. This is the angle I remember the most.
Yep.
Because you do still over-rotate on this one.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Dude, you're small. Your traps are
I know.
little.
I was 290 there. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
292. Oh my gosh, dude. Man, I feel like I'm there still. I feel like I can remember this. I remember I got my right down very, very quick here, and you might be able to see it. Because I still had that tendency, like in the last video, the indoor throw, I would kind of jump up with my right leg and be late with it getting down. But this is one of the first times where I got it down quick. And I was falling into the middle, which is why I got it down quick, but it's on the left side of the circle, right?
Yeah.
And then that was a really nice finish for me at the time, too.
And you can see that's where you even still do this sometimes where that left hip falls in out of the back.
Yep.
Now, it's not as pronounced now, and it's still something. Oh, geez, what is this? What?
Dude, I forgot all about this.
Look at Lucas. What is Lucas is just not paying attention at all.
Nothing at all. Dude, I do look, man.
You're little.
I was small, dude. And okay, this is the crazy thing. 2018, I was probably close to 300 pounds at this point. 295. I always look smaller than I am.
What do you weigh right now?
I'm about 310, 315. Dang.
Jeez.
Look at that athleticism, though. The way that I have seen Star Wars, and I've seen my dad do the fire dance, which is a Samoan thing. It's pretty similar.
So I think this is Commonwealth.
Yes, Gold Coast. Oh my gosh, man. I remember being in the final here like, gosh, I wish I had trained more leading into this. What do you think about that throw?
I remember you being in the final and thinking, man, I wish Alex trained more leading into this competition.
The thing is, my explosiveness felt fine.
Yeah.
Like, clearly, I'm doing a bunch of bullshit to get to the front. Can we go back? Oh, is it automatic? All right. So,
play.
I don't
you can get your bowl. Did you get avocados?
I don't remember.
Well, one of these is yours and one's Alex. Do you want cucumbers?
Sure. I don't know if you guys are recording something.
Yeah, we are.
No, you're good.
Yeah, there's forks in that sliding drawer. We should put Brian on the throw show. Actually, Brian was at that indoor meet at Grand Rapids.
Yo, he was. All right, we got to
got-
bring Brian in for a second.
Yeah, after 56 meters, you're like,
Brian, you have to come in on this. So, Brian, when you
Get
were
between us and talking to the microphone.
when you were at this meet, what did you think? And you saw the 60-meter throw. You got to watch this. Did you think Alex was capable of throwing 67.45?
To be honest, I was maybe a sophomore in college, and I didn't know who Alex was. And I didn't even know how far that was. I just knew it was pretty decent. So, yeah, I was just kind of competing. And
Were you jealous of his turtleneck sweater?
I was more jealous of the beanie because that hat looked kind of cool. But yeah,
Brian's
man.
always out for the gear.
All right.
That's awesome.
Sick feature.
B-dubs. You're gonna walk out. Dane's gonna be like, yeah, that was Brian, our newest member of the You guys see it at my parents?
It's Chio's roommate. Dude, so when I see this, like you even said, oh, like muscular wise, you felt okay, you felt explosive. You leapt across the circle, falling in. You're super late with that right grounding. Then you get real bunched up at the front, and you got to come up off that left pretty early. That's only 58.97.
Yeah.
Is that all you threw there?
No. This was like 59.97,
Okay.
which
Watch
still
that
is
right.
not good.
And
So
it's just
segmented. There's no flow.
Yeah. It's like doot, throw.
The sad thing about this too is that if I can't go back and not work that year.
Yeah,
there's
for
no
sure.
world where I'm not working in 2018. But it took, I think, 62 to get a medal. 60, a Commonwealth Games medal, and 62 is just it's a throw that I'll have on a very bad day now. So it's funny to think about. I think this had to happen, though, me to go over there and be like, God, because I took a week off of work. I worked that Monday and then flew to Australia like 2 hours after work. I worked a full day, flew 2 hours on the phone, like working in the airport.
You're starting to get bigger here, though. This is
Yeah,
now where
I was over 300 pounds there, I think. Right around 300.
Your traps are definitely starting to fill in. They're still not like as big as mine, but like they're getting close.
Okay.
So this, so this is a throw where Alex qualified for the 2021 Olympics, and this is when I felt like you were really starting to clean up. Even though you were inconsistent, your right was starting to ground quicker, so your right was coming down a lot faster. You're able to transfer forward a little bit more effectively. I remember you jumping at me and being like, dude, you're going to hurt my back.
I think I did.
I
did hurt your back. I remember afterwards we were drinking a beer or something. You were like, man, I don't feel so good.
A beer.
A beer.
Yeah. So, I don't know. What do you think about this from a technical perspective?
I think that I had a great mindset in this meet. I just wanted to get my right down quick and smash the front.
And that's where you transferred forward. See how you everything came forward into that left side pretty well.
Yeah, everything moved forward. And I think my wind is relaxed, it's smooth, and I'm consistently getting my right foot down quick in the middle. And if I can do those things, then usually it winds up with a big throw.
I think what else was weird is that earlier in that year, Sam had thrown 66.32.
Yeah.
And you threw 66.31.
No, what happened is
he
threw 66 low. I threw 66.31, and then a couple weeks later at USA's, he threw 66 mid to take the season best for garage strength.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see this one more time.
Yeah.
I like watching that right side when you transfer forward. It's pretty solid. You're still a little long out of the back, but dude, it's also important to remember that year you still weren't training overly consistent yet.
No.
And you were even thinking about not throwing anymore.
Yeah, even at this point.
This is one of my favorite throws.
Here we go. This is 320 Alex Rose.
Yeah, this is huge.
Let's go.
Oh, there it is.
I think this is actually one of your best technical throws.
I think so too.
Watch your right, left, and then that reverse. Everything's pretty balanced out of the back.
The reverse I just smash.
Yeah. And
Everything is balanced. I was comfortable.
Yeah. You come around that left well out of the back. What would you say is like a good, a good transfer from that indoor throw to outdoors? What do you think, like distance-wise? Indoor throw to the outdoor throw.
I think you can expect.
Like, do you think that would have been a 67.50
Maybe.
or 67?
Maybe, yeah, anywhere from 66 mid, 67 mid.
What do you see in that Youngstown throw that you could do better today?
I see, man. In that Youngstown throw, I was very, very comfortable with my unwind. Everything was automatic. And I think having just had a full season now and traveling around, like I haven't had the consistent training that I've wanted. And I think even you probably can tell the last few days of training, I've gotten just a little bit more honed in every single day.
Yes.
And this is the first time in a long time I've had, 4 days in a row of throwing?
Yeah.
I have not.
And like pretty hard throws.
Yeah, pretty hard throwing. So, I mean, I just think more than anything, I just need to get some reps.
Yeah. I think that's one thing too, even, because we're going to be traveling for essentially 2 days and then the ceremony and the Olympics. And then it's sort of spending like that next 8 days as like, even if it's just those mental reps for you, like getting as many mental reps and physical reps as you possibly can. Now I wanted to go into this is at 67.17, so this is your first PR in 21 now, after you had surgery, and I still think this is one of those throws. It's similar to your Youngstown throw, but it's not as good, not as clean technically. I think it's pretty solid out of the back.
Right.
You fall into the left a little bit at the front, just a hair, and that makes you fall off a little bit as you rotate, but it's not bad. I think that's a pretty good freaking throw.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's a little bit, I was going really hard and really fast, and I might not have been as long as I could have been the whole time. I think I dump in a little bit out of the back. Pretty solid throw, though. We had a direct headwind, so I think this is my fifth round throw, and previously I just kept throwing up huge tombstones at 65, and I knew that if I just kept it low and didn't throw it quite as hard, it would go.
I wanted to point out your left arm in this throw, you get a little bit of a hold position, and it's like, I think just a split second, it's like, hold that left. You come wide around, that left holds just a little bit, just a hair.
For a split second.
Yeah, and I think that for you, like lately, it's like you were talking about being almost like forcing this left side to be more level out of the back, and that actually helps you get that left down faster, to be more balanced in the middle, so that you can get that transfer forward. And I think that almost taking that Youngstown throw and this throw out of the back over the next week, as we get into the Olympics, it's I think these are throws that you could build on this throw well, like really well.
Yeah, I think so too. I agree.
Let's see. Oh, this is your PR. 57 or 67.48. No, like barely wind right by the circle. Out in the sector a little bit.
Yeah,
though.
the sector there is some wind. So this is more like I'm throwing now, I think.
Yeah.
This is a little bit closer to how I'm throwing.
Even this one with that left arm a little.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I hadn't really noticed that before. And I think it's like you do a good job. The only thing I think on this throw is that left leg. I think if you can get that left leg deeper on this, that's a 68-meter throw.
I think so too.
So that's 67.48, and it's like, I think coming out of the back, taking this, you throw this in Tokyo, and this could put you in a really good spot.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this would have medaled in Rio. I think it would have got silver.
So, knowing that, how does that make you feel?
I 100% think I could medal in Tokyo. Yeah. I know I'm ranked 7th, but how often do people
come in and bump?
Yeah. I definitely think I could.
So, with that being said, and that confidence is like, what are you going to do from that throw to make that potentially deeper, or at least execute it more effectively in the stadium?
I think honing in on my wind. If I can be comfortable getting out of the back of the circle, knowing that my right leg's going to hit in the middle, my left leg's going to have a slight pause, then I'll walk into the circle confident and know that I can smash it at the front. Because if I'm off balance or I'm not comfortable going into the throw, then I can't finish like that, where I'm just throwing it as absolute hard as I can.
Right.
You know?
And I think that's like, that throw to me is like the truest like rage form of your throwing. Is like, you set up decently, it's not bad. It's just you are so like rage that left blocked you off a little bit, and it's still your PR.
Yeah.
It's still a deep throw. That's probably a top 15 throw ever on North American soil, top 20, I don't know, something like that. And it's, Samoan national record, pushing close to the Oceania record, which I think is low 68.20, I think.
Yep, Ben Harradine.
Yeah, so it's like, that's in your grasp, or that's like in your reach, I would say. And then on top of that, we've got the Olympics in 10 days, and it's taking those last 3 throws, I think, and what you've done in training now and what you just said, I think it's, I don't think you're far off from hitting those positions. And then this is that recent throw from Stockholm. And I think, like, for me watching this, I think this is just struggling with travel, no feeling. Training was a little bit harder because this was after your PR.
Yep. Yeah, I was extremely fatigued at this point. So I was so happy to get a 64 in this meet. I hadn't been over 60 meters in training the past couple days before this, like barely at all.
Yeah, you had Voxed me and you're like, hey, like training's okay.
Yeah.
Like, here's a picture of the weight room.
If I tell you training is okay, that means it's going terrible.
Check out these weights. And then I'm like, how's your throwing? I had one throw around 60. And you sent it to me and it was like you filming like by the Scania.
Yeah. It was so bad, man. Yeah.
So I think it's like, I also think it's important, like knowing that going into Tokyo is like, from that mental perspective, before we even get into that, we've just got to chalk up that GS jersey in the Diamond League.
That's sick.
Yeah. But I think like keeping in mind that we've got a 14-hour flight, hopefully you get an upgrade into first class. That would be sick.
I hope so.
You got to make sure you're doing mobility on the plane, and that we're trying to time shift properly, because we do need to start doing that, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, let's start right now, the day before we leave. Dude, there's no way. We'd have to like go to sleep right now.
No, it was later. I thought it was later.
I think
it's midnight.
Yeah, maybe.
You've got to sleep a little on the plane.
I will.
And then on top of that, I even think that when we're flying, like, you should be doing mobility work.
Yeah.
And possibly some walkthroughs, like just to stay moving on the flight. And it's like, this shows you that there's stall in the background. There might be 2 to 3 days of flat throws.
Yeah.
Maybe more. But, when we get over there, it's like, we've got to be out in the sunlight. We've got to be making sure that we're adapting as well as we can, that we're not sleeping in too late, which could disturb your adaptation. You're going to go through the opening ceremony, and it's just recognize that this might be Sunday, Monday training, and then Wednesday before you compete, you might all of a sudden wake up and have some good throws in the session Wednesday, and then you compete Friday.
Right. Yep.
So I think the last, like, 7 days here, or however long it's been, I don't even know, 5 days, I think you've looked a lot more consistent. I think your movement is getting really close to where it was in that, or even better. I think some of your throws today, you were better. It's like some of these throws today, I think, and yesterday were some of your best throws of your life, I think.
Yeah.
In training.
I think so too. Definitely. My training PR is 66. I think we was pretty close for a few of those.
Yeah. So
not fast.
I think it's exciting. I think, taking notes from this stuff and just recognizing that, this throw even puts you at a really, really good spot in Tokyo. So it's just being balanced, patient, handling the change of time, handling all the stress of the Olympics, handling the COVID, all that stuff. So do you have any lasting words before we head over to Asia?
Let's crush it.
Yeah. Peace. That's good.
Hell yeah.